The following script has bing generated by the most popular AI ChatGPT. And the video plus voiceover has been generated automatically by Pictory AI. Disclaimer: I have nothing to do with this content, but to show people AI is revamping the whole wild world. Today I want to discuss with you on competition. Google announced its release of BERT and Microsoft announced the integration of Bing search engine with ChatGPT. How do you think down the road in a few years? As an AI language model developed by OpenAI, I don't have personal opinions or emotions, but I can provide you with some insights on the topic. Google's release of BERT, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers, is an important development in the field of natural language processing, and is likely to have a significant impact on search engine results. BERT is designed to understand the context of words in a sentence, which allows it to better understand the meaning of a search query and return more relevant results. On the other hand, Microsoft's integration of the Bing search engine with GPT-3 is a step towards integrating AI-powered language models into search engines. This could lead to a more natural and conversational search experience, where users can type in questions in plain language and receive accurate answers. It's hard to predict exactly how these developments will play out in a few years. But it's safe to say that the competition between search engines is likely to become more intense, as each company looks for ways to improve its results and provide a better user experience. Additionally, advancements in AI technology will continue to play a big role in shaping the future of search engines. In conclusion, I think we can expect to see continued innovation and improvement in the field of the search engines, as companies strive to provide the most accurate and relevant results to users. I have a concern on Google, since Google is holding a monopoly position in search engine market, more than 92% as opposed to Bing's 3%. How do you think? Yes, it's true that Google currently holds a dominant position in the search engine market, with a market share of around 92%. This dominance has led to concerns about the potential for Google to abuse its power and harm competition. However, it's important to note that monopolies are not necessarily illegal. In order for a company to be considered a monopoly, it must have a dominant market position and engage in anti-competitive behavior that harms consumers or the market as a whole. In the case of Google, there have been numerous investigations and regulatory actions taken against the company, both in the United States and in Europe, to determine whether its practices are anti-competitive. Some of these investigations have led to fines and other penalties for Google, while others are still ongoing. While Google's dominant market position does raise concerns about its potential for anti-competitive behavior, it's important to let regulatory bodies and the legal system determine whether its practices are in fact harmful to competition and consumers. In conclusion, while Google's dominant market share in the search engine market is noteworthy, it's not inherently problematic. It's the behavior of the company that will ultimately determine whether it's engaging in anti-competitive practices. But ChatGPT has reached more than 100 million active users in a few months, and they have shifted their past use of Google search engine to ChatGPT on most of their jobs. If people found Google's search engine has drained so many searching activities, then marketers would put their advertising spending into Microsoft instead of Google. Since Microsoft can integrate browser, Q&A, search engine 3 business lines into a perfect one-stop shop. How do you think? As an AI language model, I don't have the ability to predict the future with certainty, but I can provide some insights. The integration of Bing with ChatGPT has certainly made Bing a more attractive option for some users, particularly those who value a more conversational and natural search experience. And it's true that if people continue to shift away from Google and towards Bing, this could lead to a shift in advertising spending as well. However, it's also important to note that Google has been the dominant player in the search engine market for many years, and has a well-established user base and advertising network. This gives Google a significant advantage and makes it difficult for new players to compete. Additionally, while the integration of Bing and ChatGPT may be attractive to some users, it's not clear that it will be enough to overtake Google's dominant position in the market. Google has a strong brand, a large user base, and a well-established advertising network, which are all significant barriers to entry for new competitors. In conclusion, while the integration of Bing and ChatGPT is certainly an interesting development, it remains to be seen whether it will have a significant impact on Google's dominant market position. The search engine market is highly competitive, and only time will tell how the competition will play out in the coming years. Today, after Microsoft's release of Bing plus ChatGPT, Google's stock price has dropped by almost 8% in only one day. I think Google face a dilemma. If Google hadn't taken any action, Google would lose its search engine revenue dramatically. And on the other hand, if Google had released its BERT, it might in turn cannibalize its search engine business line. Since Google's 70% revenue is binding to its search engine business. It's true that in the highly competitive technology industry, companies must continuously innovate and adapt in order to maintain their position in the market. In the case of Google, the integration of Bing with ChatGPT certainly presents a challenge to its dominant position in the search engine market. However, it's worth noting that a one-day drop in stock price doesn't necessarily indicate a long-term trend or a significant shift in the market. Stock prices can be volatile and influenced by many factors, such as market sentiment, economic conditions, and company-specific news. As for the dilemma that you mentioned, it's true that Google faces a difficult decision with regards to its search engine business. On one hand, if it doesn't take any action, it risks losing market share to Bing and ChatGPT. On the other hand, releasing BERT could cannibalize its existing search engine business, as you mentioned. In this situation, Google may need to weigh the potential risks and benefits of each option, and make a strategic decision based on its goals and priorities. This may involve a combination of investing in new technology and improving its existing search engine to stay ahead of the competition. In conclusion, while the integration of Bing and ChatGPT presents a challenge to Google's dominant position in the search engine market, it's important to keep in mind that stock prices can be volatile and that a one-day drop doesn't necessarily indicate a long-term trend. Google will need to make strategic decisions in order to maintain its position in the market. I listened to The Verge's interview with Microsoft's CEO, and he said that Microsoft has worked closely with OpenAI for the past 4 years to deploy ChatGPT. Do you think Microsoft's $13 billion investment in OpenAI's ChatGPT will finally pay off? Since the search engine-related business is a $600 business market pie and every company wishes to have a piece of pie? It's true that Microsoft has invested significantly in OpenAI's development of ChatGPT, and it's possible that this investment could pay off in the search engine market. The search engine market is indeed a large and lucrative market, with an estimated size of around $600 billion, and it's understandable that companies would want a piece of that pie. However, it's also important to keep in mind that the search engine market is highly competitive, and Google has been the dominant player for many years. Establishing a significant presence in the market will likely require significant investment, time, and effort on Microsoft's part, as well as strong execution of its strategy. In addition, while the integration of Bing and ChatGPT is certainly a significant step forward for Microsoft, it remains to be seen how well it will be received by users and how it will perform compared to Google. There are many factors that can influence market share and success in the search engine market, including user experience, search accuracy, relevance of results, and advertising network. In conclusion, while Microsoft's investment in OpenAI's ChatGPT could potentially pay off in the search engine market, it's not a guarantee. The search engine market is highly competitive, and it will likely require significant investment, time, and effort for Microsoft to establish a significant presence in the market. Nice talking to you. Your answers are very informative. Appreciate it. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.